In this example, we're going to be working with the art collection file. We're going to be doing vlookups in here, plus an if statement. What it is, we have a bunch of artwork. We're shipping it off to an exhibition here. First thing we want to do, we have instructions written in the lower corner here, so that way you could do it. What we want to do first is determine the insurance. It's an if statement. We're saying if it's worth more than $500, the insurance is 25%. Otherwise, it's 10%. So the first step is to go into the correct cell. We can click on Formulas. It is illogical. We click on If. So we have three things that we want to do. If it's blocking, move it to the right. I want to say if the value of this is greater than 500. To the right, it's saying false. If it's true, it's going to be this times 25%. You could type it in that way, or if it's false, because it isn't, it will be times 10%. You could type in 0.1. Either way works. We say OK, and it's giving us the insurance. Oops, accidentally moved it. Pull it down. We've got it, the insurance here. We could format as we go along if we want. I will go over a few other things in a couple of minutes here. I want to know the cubic feet of the box. What it is, it's the height times the width divided by 144. You don't really need parentheses. Many people do. So it would be equal this times this. Close the parentheses. And I forgot to type the first one in there. And then I would say times 144. And there's something wrong in this formula here. It said divided, not multiply. Look at it. If it doesn't make sense, you know you made a mistake. Pull it down. Now, I want to determine the cost of the box and the shipping cost. We have three columns here in this VLOOKUP. You could have many columns in here. So what I want to do, I want to name the range here, and I could just call it box. Don't put the captions in here. I go into here, click in here, type in BOX. It's not case sensitive. You cannot put spaces in it. And if I typed in box space cost, that would not work. I would put an underscore. So I hit the enter key. So I want to do the VLOOKUP for the cost of the box. If we look down here, there's three columns. Column 1, column 2, column 3. Again, ascending order. And of course, it's going to cost more the bigger it is. So to do that, we're going to do the VLOOKUP. I'm going to click on Formulas, Lookup and Reference, VLOOKUP. So the value that I'm looking for is the 5.2. Table array. I just type in box. The column index, it's in the second column. So it's going to cost $10, okay? I'm going to do these three things here and pull them over later. I want to do the shipping costs. It's the VLOOKUP. You could type it in, VLOOKUP, left parenthesis, the value, comma. And let's say I forgot what I named the range. I go here, highlight these cells here, scroll up a little bit. It's saying box because it knows the range. This is in column 3. I do not need to type in that right parenthesis. When you hit the enter key, it will work. So it's $11. Now what it is here, for the cost of this thing here, it's the cost of the insurance, the cost of the box, and the shipping cost. So it would be equal this plus I5 plus the shipping cost. And now I have a dollar sign there, and I'm going to go over here. And I'm going to make that look like currency too. And I just go here, highlight these three, pull it down, double click on the dot. Talking a little bit here, this one here I missed a formula. I want to talk about accounting style. You always don't want dollar signs in here. Like I'm going to go here and make this look like currency too. And if I get those railroad tracks too narrow, or I just reduce it. What I want to do here, I don't want dollar signs here. If I go here and I go like this, and I'm highlighting non-adjacent ranges. I'm holding down the control key. Look carefully. I'm going to reduce the decimal points. I'm going to click on comma. Actually, if I do this, I've got that, but I still have dollar signs. I click on the dollar sign. I don't want decimal points in here. I have to click on the comma. They're gone. But here, I don't need the decimal points. I can reduce it. By using the non-adjacent ranges, it works good. You just have to look. However, if I were to sort this out by the artist alphabetically, you're going to see the Bierstadt underneath. I think you know what I'm saying with the alphabetization, or the sorting, I should say. Now, I'm going to do a couple of little statistics here. I want to know the total value here. And I want to show you a couple of shortcuts. You don't want to always use formulas in here. What I'm saying here, sometimes you have to copy them down. Sometimes you can't use a total. But what it is, if I click on auto sum, I don't want that blank row there. I just go to here, hit the enter key. I want to know the average value of a painting. I click on auto sum, or what I could do is type in equal average, left parenthesis, pull it up, enter. So I've got that. Now if I go over here and I pull this over to the right, these statistics will work. In this case, they will. However, I have these strange looking numbers here. This is the size of the box. There's no, or cubic feet. And I just click on the comma. And if I want just one decimal point, I reduce it. So, and if I need currency decimal points here, I highlight these two cells. Then I highlight these cells here, again using the control key. And then I add the decimal points. So I have visual consistency in the spreadsheet. If I were to print it, and if I go into the print preview very quickly, I can go down here to the page setup. I could say landscape. Okay. It's going off the page a little bit. I go into page setup because it's saying page 1 of 2 down here. I just say fit the page. I say okay. You got that last column in there.